be really difficult to deal with if your rush doesn't succeed. Looks like the Reaver is being dropped here. It looks like, oh, actually, Dragoon not managing to pick off the dropship. A little bit faster fingers may have been able to have Foru pick off the dropship when both tanks were still inside. Looks like the Wraith is down, though, and the dropship, and this tank will die. So good reaction there by Foru, and looks like smart enough, he brought his Dragoons around. He brought a Dragoon in that shuttle so he could pick off the Wraith before he could pick off his shuttle. And so yeah, a little bit of micro there, Wraith and 2 tanks versus a shuttle and a bunch of Dragoons and a Reaver. And looks like Foru is victorious in that battle, so it's a good victory there for him, a critical victory. Looks like he's setting up an expansion now at the inside 9 o'clock. That's exactly what he needs to do. If he manages to hold off a push within the next few minutes, he can sort of equalize himself. And looks like he's going to go on the attack here against ForGG. And ForGG is trying to put up his second expansion now. And looks like Foru going in with the... This is coming so close to getting picked off, though, by the Marines. And looks like the Reaver is picked off by the tanks now. And looks like these Dragoons are going to clear up all the tanks, though, so forcing Never to cancel his command center. Good work there by Foru. And he might be able to set up a temporary contain here. And actually, he's forcing the Terran player to lift off his command center and leave his... Oh, it looks like he was just trying to build a scan, but it looks like at least he's forcing him to pull the SCVs back. I don't think that he might be able to pick off this comsat station before it comes up also. The tanks are desperately trying to come out here and defend here, so Foru actually getting himself well back in the game here. I have to say the game is about even at this point. Looks like a command center now being built inside the base for Never. Of course, Never will be able to clear out his natural expansion quite easily. It looks like he's already done that. Foru has chosen to retreat right now. And if you guys enjoyed this video, do please check out, if you guys haven't seen it already, my last MSL group. I think it was MSL Group E. I was originally scheduled to do that group, but I guess Klazer at the last minute decided to do it also. But if you want to hear a second opinion, you know, it was a very exciting group with Nada in it, and hope you'll give mine a shot too. Of course, I have nothing against Klazer for doing it. He loves Nada, I know, and you know, he just does sort of as he wishes. But I enjoyed watching his too. I did take a look at his commentaries. And when you get a chance, check out sc2gg.com. As I say always, we're trying to get most of the pretty much most of the Pro League games and all of the OSL and MSL groups have been covered so far in 2008. So really exciting stuff going on there. Just trying to think of what else I can do. What else I can shout out to? Shout out to all the people who PM me on battle.net, actually. Vulture's coming in now for Never. It looks like he's going to pick off 3 or 4 probes here. Foru is being just slow to react here. I think his APM has got to be lower than his opponent's right now. He's just not multitasking well enough, I feel. Yeah, so shout out to people who PM me on battle.net. I usually don't get a chance to respond to you guys because I'm usually, when I'm online, I'm usually playing in some private game. But, you know, I am receiving your messages, and sometimes I do say hi. Shout out to my only female fan, or I have one female fan at least. Shout out to her. Yeah, I've been playing a few games actually on BNet with her, so exciting stuff there. No, but yeah, it's you know, it's good to have fans. It's good to have fans. It's good to be king. Next is being set up at the 6 o'clock position for Foru. And that's his 3rd expansion now, so getting himself well back in this game here, actually, against a much younger player. I think Never's only 18 years old. Of course, all of Air Force ACE is composed of older men here. Really, the oldest team by far in the Pro League. It looks like the shuttle is going to try to go in for a drop here. It looks like he's going to drop the Zealots first, and a good drop here by Foru. Let's see how many SCVs he manages to kill there. Killing off a good clump there. Reaver has 6 kills so far, 8 kills already. Picking off that tank also. Looks like he should be picking up this Reaver though. He needs to pick up the Reaver. Looks like he does pick up the Reaver before it dies. I believe he did. I didn't see the death animation, so I assume he picked up the Reaver. And that's what I meant. Really, one more like millisecond, like 200 more milliseconds, and that Reaver would have been dead. So Foru, just perhaps not microing as quickly as other present-day players are. And sadly, I think this is true for players like Boxer also. Of course, just for Boxer, I mean, he's really the best older player out there. A lot of them are quite terrible. It looks like the big attack is coming in for Foru. I think this might have been premature, though. It looks like his Reaver gets taken out, though. The Reaver, of course, only had a tiny bit of health on it. I think this was premature. I don't think he's going to get through, but looks like he's going to just about to pick off all the tanks here. It looks like still 1 tank on the left here. It looks like the Vultures are laying mines, though. I think the Dragoons are going to get killed off here. And looks like, yeah, Foru is going to be able to take this battle on the narrowest of margins, though. And Terran might be able to come back here with a couple more tanks and kill him off. But looks like actually he managed to clean out all the forces here. But looks like more tanks are behind there. Foru really needs to just pull back right now. He needs to sit back and not lose these Dragoons. Really, he's overcommitting himself right now by continuing on this attack. You really need to pick off that command center, I feel. And looks like he is going to get all of his troops polished off now without being able to break the line here. I think it was a bit of a mistake there for Foru. I think he, now that he had his third expansion he was running off of 4 bases, I think he could have safely built up a larger army, maxed out, and then attacked. But now he's going to be forced a little bit on the defensive. And Terran right now is more mobile than the Protoss is with his vultures. And looks like smartly he's putting up some photon cannons around each base. That's what he's going to need to do to prevent this vulture harass from killing too many probes, because all of his Dragoons are dead. And looks like they're laying a lot of mines there around the likely avenues of movement. And just killing a Zealot there. So yeah, Foru I think could have waited a little bit, could have built up a couple more units really, and perhaps some Templar, perhaps more Reavers, and then gone on in the attack. I think right now he is going to be behind though after losing all of his forces there. It looks like, wow, a lot of Zealot casualties here being taken out by these vultures. Looks like 2 of them get saved by the shuttle there. Good work there. And he needs to get more Dragoons, actually. Fewer Zealots and more Dragoons. Zealots, of course, are good for breaking tank lines, but Dragoons are better overall in dealing with the large Terran army in the mid-game. And, of course, now looks like Never is going to be pushing out here. Looks like he's going to go for his tank and vulture push, and I don't think Foru has enough to stop this. For some reason, his macro has been quite slow. Looks like he only got he's only up to 8 gateways, but looks like 3 of them were just produced recently. So he's just not been producing a lot of units since losing his army, and he's going to be in huge trouble here. His expansion here at the inside 9 is going to get shelled here, and he's going to have nothing to deal with it because there's a huge force of vultures behind there. I don't think he's going to have the necessary forces to save this expansion. He desperately needs to get more forces. Looks like he does have 2 shuttles there, so, and no Goliaths out for Never, so he might be able to do some damage. So it's going to come down to his shuttle placement though, and his micro. Looks like he's going to put some Zealot bombs on these tanks here, but really, wow, yeah, the tanks were unsieging in time to prevent those bombs from working too effectively. And finally, the first High Templar in the game out for you, but he's definitely going to lose that expansion there, I think. And looks like now he's now Never might be going for it. No, it looks like he's just going to try to keep the Dragoons away from saving that expansion, and they are going to stop that expansion from being saved. And yeah, this is now Foru is definitely behind. I just say that frontal attack against Terran is just. It's just, you know, it works sometimes, but every time I see it, I'm sitting on the edge of my seat, and I just know how devastating it is for the Protoss if they lose that frontal attack, because they can't replace their units at the same speed as Terran, because Terran just needs a couple siege tanks and a lot of vultures, and they can move out. And it looks like, oh man, the shuttle getting killed there carelessly by Goliaths, and looks like this Reaver is going to pick off some probes here. Actually, only 2 probes killed there, 2 SCVs killed there by Foru's Reaver there, and really losing those 2 shuttles I think was the death knell for him. I think he is going to lose this game though, unfortunately. And so yeah, I see a lot of these Air Force ACE players doing that. Actually, I saw Jaedong do that against I believe it was C. Was that who he did against? Where he just went for a frontal charge, or was it Up Magic? I'm not sure which one it was, but he defeated a Terran player by going for a frontal charge in his group, and it worked actually. Really good timing, but it was just so close though. Going for a frontal attack. It was Zealous is who it was, I think. He beat Zealous, but he didn't manage to beat C in that group. And it looks like Reaver is going to pick off some more SCVs here. Now he's up to 9 kills, but I think this is too little too late. There's really too little army inside of Foru space to make this worthwhile. Yeah, I watched Jaedong do that against Zealous, just charge in against a line of tanks and break into it with the natural expansion and kill Zealous off, but it was just so close, by a close margin. And really, if you just don't have a perfect idea of how many units the other player has, you really can't go around doing that. You really need to get tech, or just try to out-expand the Terran player. I mean, the worst thing to do is to charge over the top, you know, like in World War I, just go over the top of the trenches and just get slaughtered by artillery and machine gun fire, which is what Terran's all about. And it looks like, unfortunately for Foru, he is going to get taken out here. GG coming from Foru right now, and Never actually really taking it pretty comfortably at the end, but coming close to losing in the middle of the game. If Foru had just not been so impatient and just waited a little longer for some more units, he might have been able to get a better attack off, or at least starve out the Terran player. But it looks like Lecaf is going to take the first game here. Second game is between Oversky and Jaedong, and I'm very excited about that matchup, of course. You guys know that I do like ZVZ. Unlike a lot of players, I love ZVZ. Not my favorite matchup. My favorite matchup is Terran versus Zerg, but ZVZ is a close second, I think. And so that should be an exciting match, although I fear for Oversky because he is facing none other than the sort of giant killer that is Jaedong. Alright guys, thanks for listening. This is Game 1. This is Caller signing off.